Yeah, we
my head.
post everything.
Let me close my phone. Okay.
So Marco, how are you?
I'm very good. Actually, a little bit tired because I've been traveling. A lot in the last couple of weeks. As the summer started, and the schedule is really tight. So not so much time to sleep, and yeah, but we are here.
Yeah, we're very pleased and proud to have you here today with us in the van for this new into the van episode.
Looks fun.
Yeah. So for starters, you're gonna need to picture this. Ooh. You're gonna need to.
The best way to start.
You're gonna need to picture this. I'm with a police team. You just got caught up playing in an illegal party.
Okay.
And you've got no choice but to tell me everything: who you are, where you come from, what you've been up to, and what's your current situation. Everything. I want to hear everything.
Well, who I am? Basically, I'm a DJ and producer coming from Italy, from Tuscany. I come from Lucca, which is a small town close to Florence. As I said, I'm a DJ producer, and I'm 31 years old, so I'm still young. Let's say young, I mean. And well, actually, what I'm doing is traveling the world as a DJ since almost 15 years. So my career started when I was really young. I started DJing when I was 14 years old. I was still going at school, and actually my DJ career started around 2006, 2007, when I had my first record out.
Okay.
And let's say the record who gave me the possibility to start traveling came out in 2010.
Okay.
On a good label of the time. It was Moon Harbor, the label from Matthias Tanzmann, which is one of the residents of Circo Loco, and of course famous DJ. And the record came out on his label, and that time it was one of the, let's say, most hyped records of the summer of 2010. So from that moment, my DJ career has started.
Okay.
And I started to travel, and I mean, get opportunities to play all around the world in let's say in the first international clubs.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I would have loved to tell you that you are the first Italian to come into the van, but no, you're so much on here in Ibiza that you already had one yesterday with Alex Cannon.
Yeah.
But well, Italian guys are cool.
Alex is a good friend of mine. He's doing really well. I'm super happy for him, as I know him since so many years now.
Okay.
We know each other since now I think 5-6 years, maybe more. And Forza Italia. So I'm super proud that we have so many upcoming talents from Italy.
Yeah, there's so many.
It's a very good moment for Italian DJs and producers, and this is something we never had before.
Would you know why? Why now? Why the Italians? What are the reasons?
Well, I think that we have a specific kind of sound. We got a very special vibe in our music and productions. We are Latin, so I think there is something, let's say, funky in the music we do. It's something that even if it's techno or house or whatever, we got some very nice grooves and rhythms in the music. And this is something I find out in every Italian producer, even if it's house or techno, whatever.
There's something
there is always a cool vibe in the music we're doing. So this is something that, of course, is making the difference. You know, if you play in a party and you get a vibe, a cool vibe.
Yeah, of course, it's gonna take part.
Of course, Italy also has a very big music background, because since the 90s, the music scene in Italy was really huge, was really big, and so many international artists came to play in Italy. So we get very, let's say, contaminated by different kind of sounds, from house to techno, since so many years. So this is also something that the country has experienced, you know, and we grow up together with our musical culture.
Yeah.
So let's say we got to a point now when we are ready to deliver super good music and of course super quality music.
Yeah, it's like all the world now is with the Italy vibes.
Yes. Let's say, I mean, it's still one of the main electronic music markets, you know.
Yeah.
For example, I love to play all around Europe. But let's say when I play in Italy, in Spain, or in some other countries, for example, I find a super positive vibe and atmosphere. So actually, in all the Latin countries,
Yeah.
more or less.
Okay.
You could say that for producer, after the French touch, there is now an Italian touch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Definitely. There is also so many French producers. Actually, now in France, I feel the music scene is getting more techno.
Yeah.
Musically wise, and well, I like techno, so I feel so many French producers, very interesting French producers in the techno scene.
Like who?
For example, Shlomo, which is one of the French producers that I really like, and of course one of my heroes is Laurent Garnier.
Yeah,
It's one of my heroes, you know. I mean, I'm talking about. We can talk about a couple of cool French producers, but Laurent Garnier for me it's a real icon.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually one of my favorite DJs, you know.
Oh,
So I mean, you take me something. you told me something really particular, because when I started DJing, of course I was listening to some other artists, and obviously those big artists. And Laurent Garnier was for sure one of the DJs who really changed my musical perspective and musical taste, you know.
okay.
It was really influencing me. So
Good influence.
I'm super happy that France has an icon,
We are too.
an icon like him. As of course we have Marco Carola, for example, in Italy,
of
which
course.
is our legend, you know,
Of
and France has Laurent Garnier. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
super good that
It's
we
cool.
have those people that they was carrying and building up the scene for so many
Yeah,
years.
good.
Yeah.
So many people inspired.
Yeah.
Since we knew we would have you here today, we did our researches, but there's one mystery that is yet unresolved. We could not find. Where do you live right now?
Okay, at the moment I'm living in Ibiza.
Okay.
And I've been living in Ibiza for the whole summer. This is actually my first. I'm coming to play in Ibiza since so many years now. I think I played the first gig in Ibiza when I was 20 years old. So we're talking about 11 years. Of course, I was not playing in the main clubs or whatever. And I was not playing at Amnesia. I was just playing for some small parties and something where I started with. You know, I mean, everything has to start from a point, and then you get step by step to other different levels.
Yeah, sure.
And so now I'm living in Ibiza because I felt that it was the time for me to stay here, as I'm playing a couple of shows on the island, and I started to play since 3-4 years more here, and I want to discover more the soul of the island. So if you stay here, you really understand what's going on, what's happening.
Yeah, because this island is very particular.
Exactly.
There's something here.
It's a very specific island,
Yeah.
so you need to understand the vibe, the flow, and it helps you also to understand the musical direction, because this island has a very special musical, let's say, vibe, musical vibe and atmosphere. So I wanted to stay here to discover more the island. But since a year, I moved to Barcelona, because I was living in Florence for almost 10 years. It's a lovely city, and it was already moving from a small town to Florence was a dream already. But then, as I started to travel more and more and more, the airport connection in Florence, even if the city is like incredible beautiful, the airport was not really well connected. So it was really stressful for me to travel every weekend from that airport.
Yeah,
So I decided a city with the same kind of vibe, because I'm Italian, so I like positive vibes and cool people and happy people around me. I like to be surrounded by positive energies.
Yeah, I understand.
And I decided to live in Barcelona because the people are really, Spanish people are really similar to Italians.
Okay.
The weather is amazing, the city is amazing. You can have everything, services. The airport is super well connected. So it was definitely a next level for me to move to
Seems
Barcelona.
like the perfect city to be in for you.
Perfect city. Is in the center. Is in the center of everything. You know, with you can have direct flights to China, to Japan, to United States, South America. With an hour flight, you can go to France, Germany, Italy. It's super close
Yeah,
to
so
everything. So
very
logistically,
convenient.
for me, it's perfect.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's just a perfect city.
And our focus with Into the Wild and Into the Van is nature. We were talking about Ibiza.
Yeah.
The nature here is amazing.
Yeah.
What would you say? Did you have a favorite thing about nature here, about the natural features of the island?
Ibiza is super beautiful.
Yes.
If you go to the beach, the sea, the everything all around the island, it's super beautiful. For example, now we're driving in a touristic city center. We are close to the port, so this is, let's say, the noisy touristic places. All around the island, the island is big, so all around the island you can discover so many beautiful places, landscapes, and like a small beach area where you can chill, where there is not so many people. Super. Of course, in some places you have to walk a lot to go,
Yeah.
because it's not, you cannot go by car, but there's so many beautiful places, and yeah, it's super nice to live. It's super nice to stay here.
Do you
And
have one favorite place or that you like?
actually,
here?
my favorite my favorite beach here is I think it's Calacomte, but the problem is that it's very touristic, and
Oh.
so many people go there, especially in July and August. It's impossible to go. I mean, it's too crowded. But as I lived here since May. In May was perfect because there wasn't so many people, and in October in Ibiza for me is the best month.
Oh, okay.
The end of October, because the weather is still good.
Less people?
You cannot less people, but you only find the locals, you know.
Yeah, the local.
So the beach is not really crowded. You can really have time to relax, and so I'm just waiting for that moment, as my summer schedule is really tight. Sadly, I don't have so much time to enjoy the beach or go and whatever, because when I'm here I do so many stuff. As I'm not home often, when I come back I need to do a lot of stuff, make music, stay in the studio, make interviews, and so many different things that I cannot really have time to go to the beach and
enjoy it, yeah.
chill. Yeah.
And you were in Dubai last week. I think like every DJ, you try to give the crowd what it wants. So I guess you were able to deliver some refreshing techno. And how did you do that?
Okay, so I have to be honest about Dubai. I went to play in Dubai a couple of times, and everybody thinks that the crowd in Dubai is cheesy and touristic and commercial in a way. I have to be honest. The last time I went to play in Dubai, I played for this party which is called Code, and it's a specific party where they play house and techno. They have a specific crowd that follows house and techno. The venue where I played was incredible. It was the Soho Garden. It was a super nice club, super high tech, LED walls, sound system, the room, the lights, everything was just perfect. I mean, I didn't feel that I was playing in Dubai. I was feeling to play in a European city.
Okay.
With a completely different crowd. If you can go on my pages or Instagram, whatever, I just made a post a few days ago, like a video and a picture. If you look at the video and the picture, and you look at the vibe and the people screaming, the way they scream, the way they react to the music, and the vibe you can watch in the pictures,
They're really into it.
it
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's-
It looks completely cool, completely beautiful, and
Okay.
I really enjoy to play for them. Honestly, of course, you can have tables, you have private areas, you have people drinking champagne, whatever. But now you can see this in every single club. You know,
Yeah, of course.
forget all the super nerdy techno clubs where there is no VIP, there is no table, nothing. But most of the mainstream clubs, they have a VIP area today, they have tables, they have people drinking champagne. So I didn't find anything, let's say, different than other clubs, you know. The
Okay.
vibe was just cool, I have to say, and I really enjoyed. Musically, what I did what I always do. I'm a DJ that what I like to do is being versatile. So I don't like to play the same kind of music. I get super bored when I listen to when I listen to a set that where nothing happens. There is no moment, there is no soul, you know. Just 2 hours of banging techno and nothing happens. For me, is nothing special. This is something that I learned from Laurent Garnier. Laurent Garnier is a DJ that is able to play everything. He can play house, he can play techno, he can play slow stuff and atmospheric music, melodic. He can play everything with a super high class and quality, you know. So this is something that really influenced me as a DJ, you know. I don't like when people say, "Oh, Marco Faraone is a techno DJ because he released on this label. He's a techno DJ." Or I don't like when they say, oh, "He's a house DJ because he released on this label and he played for this party in Ibiza." I'm a DJ. I like to play for the specific crowd I find in front of me. If I go to play at Berghain, I will play a super banging techno set. But if I play in Ibiza, of course, I would love to play more housey stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And as soon as you have quality in the music, as soon as you play good stuff. Doesn't matter if it's house or techno. The important is to communicate to the people, give them your best, make them feeling happy, and with your own taste, which is supposed to be good, you know, which is supposed to share good music with the crowd. But I don't like when some people they just want to catalog DJs with a style, you know. Oh, this DJ is techno.
Yeah,
this DJ maybe is also able to do something different. Why not, you know? So this is what I really love to do when I'm going to the clubs. And I played a specific set for Dubai because I felt a specific vibe in Dubai. So I did it.
Yeah.
As I do in other clubs where I feel a different vibe. Every club is different, every crowd is different, every city has a different culture and obviously a different musical culture.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you say you feel the vibe of the place and you play with it. Do you think the environment, like the nature around or something, also has an impact on how you feel and how you're gonna play?
Everything has an impact. For example, if you go to a city where, for example, like Germany, let's say. Germany is normally super cloudy and it's like the weather is always very, you know, dark and rainy and snowy. Yeah, of course. I'm not saying it's bad or it's good.
Yeah,
it's just different, you know. For example, in Italy, we have the sun the whole year. People are like different kind of vibe. Let's say sunny vibes. In a different country, you can find where it's more cold. You can find the people that they can probably have a different kind of attitude, or they behave different in a party, you know. And I think it's everything around you. It's contaminating yourself as a person, as attitude, as you behave, you know. And of course, you behave differently in a club as well. Mm. So it's every time I go to a different city, as I see a different musical culture and people, and different kind of people, of course. Of course, you just need to read the crowd and understand what the crowd could get, you know.
What they want and how
I never prepared my sets before. This is something I hate. I don't like to play. To make, I play this track and I play this track. How can I prepare this before if I don't know what's going to happen in the club?
Yeah, how are you gonna feel?
This makes no sense for me. It makes no sense, and it's losing for me the soul of what we're doing. You know, being a DJ means communicate with the crowd. Means building something unique for a specific party.
Yeah, okay.
If you play every club you go, you play the same set. Maybe in some places it's not gonna work, or maybe it's just a different vibe and. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I will not feel good with myself.
Okay,
I will lie to myself if I do this. And as soon as I don't feel emotional anymore to share something new, to evolve myself into something different, one day I will probably stop doing this.
Yeah, because you need to be true to do this. So
I need to be true to myself, you know.
Can be working.
And I cannot force myself to be something else, or to be cool, or be commercial, or be. I'm what I am.
Yeah, you just need to be yourself.
Yes,
and obviously it's worked very well for you. So
exactly. So
what's coming next for you musically? What are the plans?
Well, even if my tour schedule is getting busier, especially in the summer, because the summer is always crazy.
Obviously.
I'm producing a lot. I'm very, very active in the studio, and I'm producing a lot on the road. I'm able to produce with my laptop, with some stuff and samples that I prepare before
that's
in my
cool.
studio. I'm able to produce new stuff, remixes and whatever. I have a new EP coming on Rikids, which is one of my favorite labels, and is owned by Radio Slave, one of my friends and my favorite DJ producers. And I'm really happy to release on his label because honestly it's one of my favorite platforms at the moment. It's really a platform that has a sound in between house and techno, and it is exactly what I'm doing musically.
Okay.
So even if I send him a techno track and he likes the techno track, or if I send him a house track and he likes that track, he's always telling me, Marco, this is your sound, we support you, we trust your music. As soon as the music is good, we release it. Doesn't matter if it's techno house, because the label is doing that, you know. So I find, for me, it's a super nice platform to release my music actually. And I had 2 releases already. This is coming the next EP, a new remix for this new girl, Eivissa Leitiago, which is Italian also. Which is coming with a new EP on Rikids, and I'm super happy to give her support with the remix. It's important to believe new producers, and also she's Italian, so I'm super proud to see that a new Italian is coming on the label, and also on the Rikids family, because it's a family. And well, I have my label is also running well. We just had a moment where we stopped a little bit because we were changing distribution. So we just moved to a new distributor, and so we will start again. I have a new EP coming out with Mark Broom, F. Demin, and Mike Huckabee remixes. That they're 3 of my favorite producers. And what else? I'm working on a new drum code release.
Oh, cool.
Because Adam is one of the DJs, Adam Beyer is one of the DJs that really supported my music since the real beginning, let's say. Not the real beginning, but since many years now, 2014 more or less. And it was the main techno label, the first big label where I released my big techno label where I released my music. So as he really supported me since many years, and we're doing many shows together, we're doing many parties. He brought me to play in many big festivals. I feel honored and super happy to keep working with that label. So he knows that I need a lot. I need quite a long time to produce something for him, because the label has a very specific sound. So I need to sit in the studio and work on something specific for him. That takes takes time because it's a super big label. So you need to go out with a banger, with a super banging record. So I need some time to prepare it, but I'm on it, and I'm sure I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, we're sure you.
And a good surprise that I can tell is that the next year I'm gonna have my album coming. We don't know yet when and on which platform. Maybe it's gonna be on my label, or let's see. But I have a new album coming, so I'm super excited.
Awesome.
Because it's going to be something different, and this is an album I was working when I moved to Barcelona. Moving to Barcelona was a big life change for me. When I was living in Florence, my life became a little bit like flat musically wise. I was just producing some stuff, but I didn't feel surrounded by
new vibes. Maybe it get you
you got
renewal.
It. New vibes.
Yeah.
So those new vibes bring my smile back. Brought my smile back. So I started to producing new stuff in Barcelona, and I signed 2 EPs, 3 EPs, 4 EPs, remix, blah blah blah. And in this chaotic kind of change, I work on the album, and I produce almost like 14-15 tracks that I don't know if all of them they will come out, but most of them. And I'm super happy because that album, it's in that album I can hear my life change as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
Well, that's awesome. We just can't wait to hear that.
Super excited. Super excited. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for giving us a bit of your time. It was very, very nice. We are super happy. We wish you all the best for all the things coming.
Thank you so much.
And well, see you around, I guess. For
Thank you so much.
Adventures.
Thank you very much, Marco.